Salutations, every pup! It's good to be back on the air. I know it's been a while since I've delivered a PODFIC of style, but I'm gonna fix that today. Welcome to Chapter 2 of The Villain's Barista by Cherraim. Where's Chapter 1, you might be wondering? Well, this is a collaboration with what we like to call the Podfickers Baton Group, because we're passing the baton of chapter to the next Podficker. Chapter 1 was recorded by Feliciano96, and Chapter 3 will be recorded by OnceUponATeaTime. Chapter Summary: Izuku and his new job. Author's Notes. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Beta read by My Inner Introvert. Edited August 17th, 2021. Oh, no. He's not ready for this. Reaper, the infamous serial killer, is walking into the cafe while holding his distinctive size. Is that blood on the weapon? Izuku stares with wide eyes while trying to think of something to say to him. Hello? Welcome? He doesn't know. Reaper looks more like he's going to chop off his head off the longer Izuku just stands there. Izuku fidgets with this cup, looking anywhere but the killer in front of him. He's not going to say something that results in his death. Reaper seems to think the same thing, because now he's just silently watching him like a hawk. This is really awkward. Do you like... I mean, do you want coffee? Great job, Izuku. Now he will find you annoying and slice you into pieces. He sighs, accepting his fate, and takes another sip of his latte. Reaper still watches him, but finally says something. Iced caramel macchiato. You can't really judge a book by its cover. Izuku thought he would want something like plain black coffee because of the vibes he's giving. He wonders if the killer likes sweet things or not. Then he remembers that he is still standing there and hasn't said anything in reply. Oh, okay. He quickly goes to make the drink. He glances at his first customer. Can he call him that? Wait, does he have to pay? Mindheist didn't say anything about money, and he's already rich, so maybe Izuku just needs to make the drinks? Right? Reaper walks. Floats? Wait, what was his quirk again? Izuku watches him float around while he pours the espresso shots over ice. He snaps a picture of the drink when it's done with his new phone because, wow, this is a piece of art. Hey. Izuku jumps at the deep voice and whirls around to find Reaper staring at him again. He scrambles to find a straw and hands the coffee to the killer. Hope you enjoy. His voice cracks at the end. My god! Stop being so nervous, Izuku. You just happened to lose your mom, got kidnapped, and somehow had to make coffee for villains, and now there's literally a killer in front of him. Yup, everything is fine. Yes, this is better than an orphanage. While he was talking to himself, Reaper leaves with a smile on his face, drinking the delicious drink. Coffee is pretty good. Where did you find him, by the way? Mind Heist. LOL, really? What does that even mean? Mind Heist. I picked him up from the street, LMAO. ... Izuku's sure that Mind Heist said that today was the first day the cafe was open, but the amount of people that have come in is a lot. After Reaper leaves, people start pouring in. Most of them he definitely knows, but some look like normal civilians, and with how there always seems to be someone staying in the cafe with him, Izuku never feels lonely. He can get used to this. Even though he is really busy in the cafe, old habits die hard. Izuku always finds the time to write down all the cool quirks he sees every day. It's too bad all of his old notebooks are gone. Nowadays, he's not really scared of the villains anymore. Surrounded by them all the time, he forgets all about what they've done and just enjoys making them drinks. But when there's an opportunity for him to use his analysis skill, he can't help but utilize it. The villain duo, Umbra and Overcast, are regular customers, always bringing their work to do while waiting for their coffee. Today isn't any different. Izuku walks over to their table with their order and unintentionally listens to their ongoing conversation. Dude, you can't fucking fight him. You know your quirk doesn't work on Wind Dancer. Izuku cringes at the name. What a fake hero, only doing her job when there's a camera nearby. See? Even Izuku-kun agrees with me. Izuku startles at the mention of his name and gives them a quick smile before he walks away. His hand itches with the urge to write them 20 pages of Wind Dancer analysis. Since there's no new customers at the moment, he might as well do it. He feels happiness wash through him when he starts writing all of the hero's weaknesses down. Wind Dancer craves attention, and it's easy to find videos of her fights. Izuku watches carefully as he picks apart her flaws while she's using her quirk. Always uses her left hand to control. Izuku doesn't realize that he's mumbling, and that the villains around are starting to listen to him, or even that Overcast is walking this way. Hey, kid, can I have an affogato? And the notebook you're writing in, too? Izuku almost knocks his drink over when he registers what the villain said. He quickly pushes the notebook away. What notebook? He asks innocently. Overcast ignores him and jumps over the counter to read it. Overcast, what? No, no, no. That's just some, nonsense writing. He tries to snatch it back, but fails. Overcast snorts at Izuku's effort. It's not fair that the man is taller than him. Izuku gives up and goes to make him what he ordered. He doesn't catch the villain's shocked face while they read what's in the notebook. Umbra, come here. Both villains whisper to each other while pointing to things in the notebook. Izuku comes back with the dessert and is confused by the look on their faces. What's wrong? Is it bad? He never let anyone read his analysis after all of his classmates called it creepy a while ago. Izuku, this is too good! What the fuck? Can we borrow this? Wait, they actually like it? They want to borrow it? He tries to hide a smile behind his hand and gives them a nod. Overcast finishes his affogato and drags Umber away with him. Yo, we have to try this plan. Well, Izuku hopes his analysis will help them. He hums happily and goes back to work. He wonders if his plan to take down Wind Dancer will actually succeed or not. It works. Wind Dancer badly injured after encounter with the Shadow Duo. Click to read more. Izuku wakes up not expecting anything but a regular day, but when he walks downstairs he is surprised to see a crowd of people standing in front of the cafe. He quickly opens the door and immediately gets surrounded. What's happening? He panics, thinking of what he might have done, but no one seems to want to kill him. Instead, they all look at him like he's something unbelievable. One guy finally says, Overcast said that the barista in Mind Heist's cafe helped with the plan to take down Wind Dancer, so we came to see for ourselves. He trailed off. But we didn't expect you to be a kid, the tall lady with bright orange hair says, and walks towards him. She squishes his cheeks, then introduces herself. Aw, look at you, so cute. I'm Honey Locust. Nice to meet you, kid. Who names themselves after a plant? Izuku nods, but doesn't know what to do next. You guys want coffee? He offers, and regrets it almost immediately because there's too many people. He sighs and gets to work when orders start pouring in. The group scatters around the room. He is reading the order paper when Honey Locust appears again. She lifts the briefcase and puts it on the counter with a loud thud, making Izuku jump. Oh my, you do look like a bunny. She laughs, and Izuku turns bright red. She opens the case and he almost drops the cups he is holding. The briefcase is full of money, and Honey Locust picks up a stack and throws it at Izuku. I trust Overcast and Umbra. They told me about you, and I want to hire you for my project. She hands him a folder. There's a human trafficking ring around here, and my underling said that a group of low-rank pro heroes are responsible for it. What? Heroes? Izuku can't believe this. Yeah, but even if they are low rank, they're pro, so we need your analysis on them. One stack of money for one hero, so you should do your job properly, okay? Izuku nods at the demanding voice. But that's a lot of money. How many people is that? He excuses himself to serve the coffee and to finally get a moment to think. He thought about the villain community. He thought the villain community would be more vigilant. How can they trust a plan made by a 14-year-old kid? Well, maybe Mind Heist will be happy that Izuku is getting him a ton of money. He owes that guy a lot, after all. He walks back to her and collects the money. Okay, so when will you... Don't worry, Bunny. I will be back to check on your progress next week. She kisses him on the forehead and ruffles his hair before she leaves, leaving Izuku embarrassed with what she did. And that's how months pass by. He has 2 jobs now, working in the cafe and doing analysis at the same time. All the villains that come to the cafe call him Bunny now, too. He heard someone say that the name spread around the underground pretty quickly because of the notebook that he gave to Overcast. He doesn't know if that's a good thing or not. He is writing the last analysis. Wow, all that work took almost 2 months. When Overcast walks in. Hey, Bunny! 2 iced lattes, please. He orders cheerfully and sits on the stool in front of the counter. Sure, Izuku replies, and moves to make the coffee. How's your project? Honey already planned the attack dates. Overcast said absent-mindedly while reading something on Izuku's laptop. Already? How can she know when I finished? Aw, you didn't even notice. She sent someone to check your work every day. What? That's why he felt like someone was watching him. And today it's my turn. You're almost finished, right? Overcast looks at the stack of papers on the table. Yeah, you can collect them today. He puts down the coffees and quickly finishes the last page. Overcast studies his face quietly for a moment before saying something that makes Izuku want to hide in a hole and die. You should come too, Bunny. Why would I go with you guys? He whines and bangs his head on the counter. Overcast laughs at him and shouts, Debut time, baby! At least they have the heart to teach him how to fight and dodge. He now knows how to use a gun and knife. But seriously, why would you want a kid to be at the operation? Honey, she told him to call her that, also said Mind Heist has wanted a group activity for villains to get together and bond so they have more of a chance when dealing with heroes that work in a team. So that's how Izuku finds himself dressed in a black hoodie, sweatpants, and a face mask, sitting on a rooftop with Reaper. Why does a serial killer want to be here? Izuku doesn't even know. Most of the heroes are already in the warehouse. Overcast gave him an earpiece earlier to listen in case something goes wrong. He also has binoculars. To be honest, he is having a great time. When Honey gets the signal, all the villains burst through the door. Of course, the heroes aren't expecting an attack, so they decide to leave the victim there and try to escape. Izuku has a front row seat to watch a fight that involves a lot of quirks. Reaper doesn't seem to mind that he's mumbling while writing all the quirks in action down. Instead, he just focuses on playing with his size right beside him. The villains all aim for the hero's weaknesses, just like what he wrote in the analysis. Izuku feels proud of himself. Nobody has taken his work seriously before. Even his mom thought it was just a kid's imagination. He wonders if Mind Heist knew about this. The man did say he knows everything about him. Guys, back up! Someone says through the earpiece. Izuku looks down and sees that more heroes are arriving. Ah, even if they are low rank, they're still a hero and they can call for backup at any time. He should have thought about that! The heroes can also say that the trafficking is the villain's work too. Reaper, they need to retreat! Izuku turns to the villain. We need to leave. Reaper gets up and tries to drag Izuku back. What about them? Izuku tries to argue but shuts his mouth off when Reaper gives him a cold look. You are my priority. Now go with me or I'll slice your head off. Izuku gets up reluctantly, but suddenly, Reaper stops and pushes Izuku behind him. The boy peeks around the corner to see what's happening, and oh my god! Eraserhead! Reaper is on the building. He has a kid held hostage. Eraserhead informs his colleagues through his own earpiece. Hostage? Oh no! He's gonna take him away from Reaper for sure! Shit, this is bad. He hides behind Reaper and tries to reach Overcast on the earpiece. Overcast? Eraserhead is going to take me away, Izuku whispers, hoping he can hear him. Damn it, hold on, Bunny. We're pretty busy over here. Come on. Welp, the situation is really bad right now. Think, Izuku, what can you do to help? He looks around, hoping to find something to help them escape. He spots a crate that is full of weapons next to the back door of the warehouse. Izuku recalls every face of the villains and tries to think of a suitable quirk to make an escape plan. Of course, it's them. After he makes a plan, he walks away from the fight between Reaper and Eraserhead, but still stays on the rooftop. He looks through the binoculars to spot the person he needs. Honey, stay still and look east of you. See that crate? Use your vines to hold the smoke bombs up in the air, but don't let the heroes spot you. Spread them around the area. Overcast. When Honey pulls the pin, you're going to make the smoke as black as you can, and make it quick. Umbra, you need to get high, climb up the wall to your right. You can make a quick escape from there, but before you retreat, when you spot the smoke, you need to make a monster in the middle. Everyone else, once you feel Umbra's quirk, you retreat as fast as you can. Izuku says in one go. Please let them trust him in this. Sure, boss. Okay, let's do this. He hears through his earpiece, and he feels relieved. All right, honey, in 3, 2, One. Drop it! Izuku watches the smoke bombs fall to the ground, creating a smoke screen that surrounds the area. Overcast's quirk spreads everywhere, making the smoke as black as possible. He hears chaos down there and hopes everything will work out. He feels someone lifting him up and almost kicks him in the face, but luckily Reaper catches his foot and glares at him. Sorry, Izuku squeaks and lets Reaper carry him over his shoulder. Reaper jumps down the building and dashes away from the scene. Izuku almost pukes, but just from him jumping around. When they are far away enough, Reaper puts him down. I won't come with you again, Izuku sobs out, the adrenaline finally dying down, and just now realizing how dangerous that was. He should have stayed at the cafe, and now he can't stop crying. Reaper looks at him and snorts. How dare he? Izuku can't remember how he got back to his place. Maybe Reaper pitied him and continued to carry him back. How nice of him. He can't believe what happened yesterday, either. Izuku promises himself to never get involved in anything like that again. He takes a long shower and walks down to make himself a cup of coffee. He has met with almost everyone from yesterday sitting around the seating area. They all turn to look at him when he steps in, and Izuku blinks. Suddenly, he finds himself in a group hug with a lot of hair ruffles. Bunny, you're amazing! You saved us all. Thank you. We're so glad for you, Bunny. You should be proud of yourself. Many praises are said to him, and Izuku can't help it when he bursts into tears. No one ever appreciated him before. In the past, he was just a useless kid that didn't have any worth. But now, every word that he ever wanted to hear he receives from a group of people that looks at him like he's an equal. His eyes are full of tears as he smiles brightly at them. Thank you. Thank you, Mind Heist. The media is quiet after the attack. Izuku thinks that they aren't allowed to report anything about it. If they say that the heroes defeated the human trafficking ring, then why did no one get captured? Why were there a lot of low-rank heroes if a high-rank villain is the one supposedly responsible? And why are most of the heroes injured? There'd be so many questions if the commission let this out. Izuku thinks it's hilarious. Izuku is glad that he got his peacefulness back. He is drinking his favorite drink, a frappe with a little bit of chocolate, when he hears a crash next to the cafe. He probably should ask someone to look instead of walking there himself, but hey, he's got nothing to do anyway, so might as well go out and stretch a bit. He walks outside and peeks around the corner into the adjacent alleyway. What he doesn't expect to find is a body covered with scars lying face down on the ground. Unmoving. So he does what anyone in this situation would do. He screams. Author's notes. There is a link to the author's Tumblr, a photo of 4 of the characters introduced, which would be Reaper, Overcast, Umbra, and Honey Locust. And here's the author's notes. There will be one more OC and we're done with them. They won't be the main focus in the chapter anymore, but they will always be in the cafe. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I think there's some missing details in the fic. Next chapter. Helping Stray? And that's all for chapter 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was such a fun chapter to read. Please go show the original author, Cherraim, some love. And please leave me a comment. I love reading them. They make me so happy. And please leave me specifically hate comments and I'll shout you out when I record chapter 16 for this fic. The next chapter will be posted by OnceUponATeaTime. And I will link that in the video. I will also link the previous chapter posted by Feliciano96, and I will link the playlist that all of the chapters are going to be uploaded on. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, pups.